5 financial goals for 2021. What is going on, guys? That's what we're going to be talking about in today's video. Obviously, with 2021 coming up, we're making a lot more 2021 videos, and this is going to continue here. We're going to set some financial goals that maybe you can strive to achieve in 2021. If you haven't achieved any of these, maybe think about setting them as one of your goals for 2021. And if you can do these under the age of 30, you're going to be in really, really good shape. But even if you're over the age of 30 and you haven't achieved one of these or two of these or really any of these, there's no reason to feel bad about it at all, just as long as you start doing them today if you think they're important to you after you do your own research and your own due diligence, of course. These videos don't do as well as, say, some of my other stock market news videos or stock market analysis videos, but I know for my loyal subscribers out there that you really appreciate these. So we're gonna get into it. Hope you guys enjoy this video. If you don't mind, if you like this video, you get some value out of it, hit that thumbs up. I really appreciate it. That helps me out a huge way. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We have a lot more content coming, as I've been saying, and I can't wait to bring it all to you guys. So the first financial goal that maybe you want to achieve in 2021 that we're going to talk about is to becoming financially literate. Now, let me start off by saying, if you're someone watching this and you're not financially literate, you don't understand not even the stock market, maybe you don't understand interest rates, you don't understand really how a lot of financial things work, there's nothing wrong with that at all. I know tons of people that are not financially literate. I know tons of people who have no desire to be financially literate. It's your personal preference, but don't feel bad about it. There's nothing wrong with that. Chances are, if you're watching this video right now, you're taking a step to becoming financially literate, or maybe you already are financially literate. So there's nothing wrong with that at all. The important thing is you're starting. That's the important thing. Everything begins with starting, guys. That's very important. But this is important for a lot of different reasons. One reason is because it's going to teach you how to manage your money. You won't spend money as much on things you really don't need because you'll be thinking about, well, what if I save that and I invest it and what it would turn into over 10 years? You're going to learn the value of the dollar. You're going to learn you have to work for your money. You're going to learn you have to turn your money into money, and it's just going to benefit you more in the long run. Secondly, you're obviously going to have more money because you're not spending as much money. It's as simple as that. Thirdly, it's going to lower your stress levels, guys. That's very important. So I feel like a lot of people, they get very stressed out about finances because they're in debt, they don't have a ton of money, and instead of, I guess, writing or devising a plan to fix it, they just don't want to talk about it. They don't want to think about it. They just want to do anything but but think about it. Tell me if you know someone like this. You have a mortgage, you have student loans, you have all these different debts, you have all these different payments you have to make, and you just don't want to have any sort of plan. You don't want to say, I want to put like an extra $100 towards this payment every single month so I can pay it off quicker. You don't want to say, I just want to get a side job so I can maybe pay off the mortgage a little bit faster. You don't want to do any of those things. You just want to forget about it and forget it's even there. But if you devise a plan and you lay it out, chances are that's going to lower your stress levels because you know you're going to be on the right path. That's the bottom line. You're going to be on the right path to getting yourself out of debt, to getting yourself out of this situation, and you're going to become financially literate, so you know you're doing the right thing. And then you can start doing things like leveraging your money, which means like, so say you want to get a new car, right? And you can get like a really low interest rate, like maybe a 3% interest rate, and you're like, well, there's no point of me just buying that car in cash or maybe putting extra money down on the down payment because it's a 3% interest rate. It's like basically free money that the bank's giving you at that point. So you can start doing stuff like that, leveraging your money, and then you can really start making a lot of money, guys, because you can invest that difference and it's going to be a lot better for you. Trust me. But if you guys are watching this and you're starting to think, well, I'm not financially literate, there is easy ways to become financially literate, guys. Easy ways to achieve financial literacy. It's very easy. You can literally just go on Google and type in best books to become financially literate, and you'll see tons and tons of books. You'll see Millionaire Next Door, you'll see Rich Dad Poor Dad, I Will Teach You to Be Rich. There's so many books, guys. I'll actually link a couple of those down in the description for you guys to check out. But there are a ton of books that you can check out and just learn from. Now, if you're watching this video, if you made it to this point in the video, and honestly, I don't know why you would even click on this video if this is the case, but if you're watching this video and you're saying to yourself, I really have no desire to become financially literate, I don't have any interest in finances and money, whatever the case would be. Okay, I respect, I understand that. Now, let me ask you, when you were in high school, or if you are in high school watching this video, did you have an interest in calculus? Did you have an interest in history? Did you have an interest in English? Did you? Did you have an interest in any of those subjects? And if you answered yes, okay, props, turn the video off, I'll shut my mouth. But if you really did not have an interest in those subjects, why did you do it? Why did you partake in those subjects? Why? Because you had to, right? Because you needed to do it to graduate high school, right? That's the reason you did it. Now, let's say finance is the same thing. You don't have an interest, but obviously you need money. Money velocity is very important. Income is very important. You need money. So why wouldn't you take an interest in that too? And granted, if you're someone that slept through calculus, slept through English, slept through history, and you got a C minus, or maybe you got a D and you just cruised and got by, and you want to do the same thing with your financial life, hey, go for it. Me personally, I don't want to work the rest of my life. I don't want to be that guy that's working until he's 80. Even though maybe sometimes I wake up in the morning, I don't want to read a 10K, I don't want to read a 10Q, I force myself to do it every single day. I force myself to do it on those days, well, not every single day, but on those days I don't want to do it, I force myself to do it. Because I know that's going to pay off 10 times over in the next 5 or 10 years. 10 times over easily. Now, granted, when I talk about financial literacy, I'm not talking about you have to understand everything at 10K or 10Q, or you have to get up at 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning and read all these documents. No, you don't have to do that by any means, but you should be able to tell the difference between a true asset and a true liability. You should be able to define compound interest. You should be able to understand how to turn your money into money. Those simple concepts, these are basic concepts, guys, that you should really understand in this world. And if you don't understand them, here's the thing. You can find out everything for free. All of this stuff is available for free. You can literally go on Google and type in any of this stuff in. You can go on YouTube and type in this and you'll see a video. You'll see dozens of videos that can helpful, some of which are on this channel, and you can apply these concepts to your life instantly. So, in saying that, here's my challenge to you guys watching this video, okay? If you are not financially literate and you want to become financially literate, you want to take control of your financial future, my challenge to you for 2021 is to spend 2 hours minimum a week, 2 hours a week studying finances, studying the stock market, studying compound interest, studying basic investing terms. And I want you to come back to me at the end of 2021 and I want you to tell me how your life has changed and how it's projected to change, guys. I was gonna say 1 hour a day, but we're gonna say 2 hours a week. That is my challenge to you. Let me know in the comments if you guys are gonna do this. So the second financial goal that I want you guys to look into in 2021 is I want you to try to cut back on something that really is a want for you that maybe you're a little bit wasteful on. And this goes for me too. This is something I'm trying to get better as well. So I feel like I'm very good at things like minimalizing my living expenses, like, my living situation, my grocery bills, like things like that. But then there's also things which I still think I do a good job of, but I think I can do a better job of. So I'm challenging myself in 2021 to be better at that. And I think you guys can do the same too, because everyone just has that 1 or 2 things that really drive them, really just spend too much money on. And if you guys can identify that, and if you can identify it and then cut back on it, you're gonna have a lot more money to invest and you're gonna be able to turn that money into more money. But there's a couple of ways that you can do this, and there's a couple of ways I'm gonna do this. First is think of every dollar you don't spend as a dollar saved. So for example, say you go out to eat every Saturday with your friends, and maybe you get a couple of different drinks or something like that. And instead of getting maybe 3 drinks every time you go out, maybe you just get 1 drink, maybe you just get 2 drinks. And in theory, you saved, depending on how many drinks you said, say they're each $10 and you got 1 drink instead of 3, you just saved $20. And you can do that with food, you can do that with shopping, you can do that with everything. Just think of it as a dollar saved, a dollar you don't spend. The second thing that you can do is when you find something you want, wait a week. I can't even tell you guys how many times I've done this. I've just said to myself, I want this, I need it, I really want it. And I'm like, you know what? Let me wait till I get paid next week. It's just a couple days, or it's just 7 days, just another week. I'll just wait till I get paid. Guess what happens when I get paid that following week? I don't buy it because I don't want it anymore. I realized I really didn't need it. I think people get more of a rush, more of a dopamine rush of just buying something new than the actual material item itself. So if you can do this with material items, just wait a week before you buy it, you guys are honestly probably not gonna spend as much money on those things that are just gonna sit in your closet or sit in the living room that you're really only gonna use 3 or 4 times. And the important thing to remember is you can always buy it later. You can always buy it later. It's always going to be there. You can always buy it later. So don't be afraid to wait a week and see if you actually want that material item that you're looking at, okay? Then the third financial goal we're going to talk about that maybe you want to achieve in 2021, which I would really recommend, but again, this is not up to me. This is something I'm trying to do. This is something I'm doing. It's something maybe you should do, maybe you should consider, but that's starting a second income source. So why would you want to start a second income source? Why? Your job pays well, it's secure. What's the real reason? It's just kind of a waste of time, right? You don't really need to do it. Well, first of all, the second income source. That should be a good enough reason right there. I should be able to stop this third one right here, and you guys should just take that for you because it's a second income source. Now, do you need to have 20 income sources? Do you need to have 30 or 40 income sources? No, you don't need to have that many. But can you have 2? Yeah, you can have 2. Yeah, have 2. So why you have 2? So what if something happens to your job? What happens if you get laid off? What happens if you get furloughed? I can't even tell you how many people I know that they're in a union. They're in a union, they get raises regularly. There's no way they can lose their job. Guess what happened this year? And granted, this was a once in a 100-year event, but guess what happened this year? They got furloughed or laid off. Guess what happened to their income? They didn't have anything invested. They didn't have any side hustle started. They didn't have anything. They had no income. Nothing. That should be a good enough motivator for you guys to start a second income source right there. But I'll give you a couple more reasons if you need it. Secondly, you can take that extra money you're making and you can pay off debt. Say you have student loans. Maybe you have high interest credit cards that you need to pay off. If you're getting an extra $100, $200 a month and you're putting that towards the principal, that's going to make a big difference, guys. That's going to make a huge difference in how long you're paying that loan. I promise you that. And lastly, it just feels good, guys. It feels good to have multiple income sources coming in every week. It feels good to know that if one goes bad, you still have another one backing you up. Now, to do this, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Like I've said in many videos, you don't have to start the next Amazon or the next Nike or the next Apple. You don't have to. As you know, by my past videos, I actually recommend not doing that. But you can do things like start a YouTube channel, you can start a blog, you can start affiliate marketing. You can even just pick up a part-time job. Like maybe you can just pick up reffing soccer. Like I've said, that was one of the side hustles I named. You can ref soccer once a week, make an extra $100 or $200. You can just work at anywhere, maybe a country club. You can work at Stop and Shop. Anywhere, just something small to get a little bit of extra money in your pocket every week. And just tell them that when they hire you, just say, I just want to work this one day. I just need a little bit of extra money. And a lot of employers are going to work with you. I promise you that, guys. Now, if you don't want to take that route and you want to actually start something a little more scalable and do it on your own, which is what I would recommend doing, but hey, up to you. Again, that's completely up to you. Something is something. As long as you're doing something, I think that's great. But if you want to take the path that I'm taking and start something on your own, you're going to feel a lot better about yourself. I promise you that, guys. And why is that? It's because you're telling yourself and society that you don't need to work for a man. You're telling them, or you're telling yourself, that I can make it on my own. I don't need anyone else to pay me because I can pay myself. And I think that's one of the most priceless things in the world, guys. And if you take that route, good for you. Let me know down below if you are going to take that route. And I wish you the best of luck if that's what you're going to do, guys. I really do. The fourth financial goal we're going to talk about in this video is open a retirement account. Holy smokes, guys. All right, look, let me ask you something if you're watching this video. How old are you? How old are you? Now let me ask you another question. Do you have a retirement account? Do you have a retirement account? If you answer that first question with any age, above the age of like 10, 12, 14, if you're in high school, and you answered that second question with no, open up a retirement account, guys. Open it up today. Don't wait. Don't wait. That is my challenge to you. Open up a retirement account today. And here's the thing. You can wait. You can wait a week. You can wait a year. You can wait 2 years. You can wait 30 years. You're never getting any of that time back. Never. If you wait 10 years to open a retirement account, that is 10 years lost of compound interest. For that 10 years you lost, you might have to work an extra 20 years to make up for it, guys. Like, it's ridiculous how powerful compound interest can be. Don't wait. Remember that story I told you about how when I was 18, 19 years old and I got my first 401k and my coworkers were telling me, oh, you should put a little more money into it. If you just like take advantage of this, you'll have so much money when you get to be our age. And I'm just like, yeah, maybe I'll think about it. Don't be like me, guys. Open up a retirement account today. Open it up today. Personally, I would actually recommend opening up a Roth IRA. And basically what a Roth IRA is, it's tax-free money. And why is it tax-free? So unlike a 401k, when it's taken out right off the top of your check before taxes get taken out, a Roth IRA, you put in money from the bottom dollar, so take home money. And then the unique thing about this is very good if you're in a lower tax bracket because you're not getting taxed as much, first of all, and you're not gonna have to pay as much in taxes. Second of all the gains are tax-free. If this retirement account grows to 1 million, 2 million, that 1 million or 2 million is all tax-free. You don't have to give Uncle Sam a cent, not 1 cent. It's all yours to keep. And most importantly, where are taxes most likely going in the future? Whether it's this year, next year, 5 years, most likely taxes at some point are going to go up. I really think that. If you think they're going to go lower, I mean, hey, maybe I'm wrong. I'm not a genius. Maybe I'm wrong. But I personally think they're going to go higher. So what does that mean? If you just have a 401k and you're just putting money into your 401k, that means that value of that 401k really is not going to be as valuable as you think, because you're going to have to pay more in taxes. You're going to pay a lot more in taxes most likely in 20 and 30 years than you're going to have to pay today. But with the Roth IRA, nothing, no tax at all. Uncle Sam, thank you and goodbye. But guys, remember, as always, I'm no sort of financial advisor at all, so make sure you're doing your own research and your own due diligence. This is not financial advice by any means. And make sure you are developing your own opinions, because that is important in investing in the stock market. It absolutely is, guys. Absolutely. And the last financial goal we're going to talk about in this video that you might want to achieve in 2021 is setting a budget and sticking to it. I can't even tell you how many people I know and have seen that say they want to cut back on spending, say they want to save money, and a lot of times really nothing happens. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you're watching this video and you're someone that has maybe fallen into that situation, there's really not. It's very easy to spend money, especially when you're surrounded by people who maybe make more money than you and they want to spend more money, or maybe they just don't really care about budgeting, or whatever the case may be. If they want to go out and they're your friends or your family or whatever the case may be, it's really hard to say no. It really is. But guys, this is a point where you have to be selfish. You have to put yourself and your financial goals first. You have to. You absolutely have to do that. And there's a lot of different budgets, there's a lot of different methods that you can go about. One common one, which I made a video about, which I'll link down below if you guys want to check it out if you haven't already, is the 50-30-20. So basically what the 50-30-20 is, you're taking your budget, your income, you're taking your income, 50% of that goes towards your needs, 30% goes towards your wants, then the other 20% goes towards saving and investing. What I would recommend doing, or what I think is best, and keep in mind, I'm not a financial advisor, so do your own due diligence, but I would say flip these two. So you're doing 20% in wants and 30% in investments. That way you'll take more advantage of compound interest. Obviously your portfolio will grow faster, you'll have more money to invest and put into the market. I think that's a better way to do it. That's how I would do it if this is what I was following. I just put a lot more money towards investments, to be honest, but I don't know if everyone else is in that situation. So this is a good rule of thumb, I think. And what this is really going to help you do, it's going to help you stay organized. You're not going to spend more money than you thought you're spending. You're not going to go out to eat and all of a sudden you're like, oh man, I spent way more money this week than I thought I was spending. Like, I should not have gone out to eat. You're going to be organized, you're going to be on track, and you're going to be in a much better financial position. So to get started doing this, to get started with this budget, the first thing I would say to do, and the first thing I did when I first wanted to start cutting back on my spending, is I wanted to track everything for a month. Don't do anything too different, because you want to see where your money's going. But even just being conscious of the fact that you're tracking for a month, you probably won't spend as much money, because you're like, oh, I got to log this into my Google spreadsheet. I got to log this into whatever you're keeping, the Mint, whatever you're keeping track of your finances with. It's going to be a lot more motivating to not spend money on those things that you waste money on. Once you're done tracking for that month, go print out your credit card statement, go look at the Google spreadsheet, whatever you're tracking all of your finances on, and see where your money's going. See what's going to your needs, see what's going to your wants, and see what's going towards investments. And then highlight all of those and see which ones you can really cut back on. Maybe this is instead moving to a different apartment. Maybe instead it's shopping at Target or Dave's or Stop & Shop, you're shopping at Walmart. It could be something simple like that where you could save a lot of money over the course of a year. Maybe it's something, instead of going shopping 4 times a week, you end up only going once a week or maybe twice a month or something like that. There's a lot of different ways you can cut back on money, and this is a really good way to start saving money, just track and keeping a conscious effort to know where your money is going. In saying that, guys, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you got some value out of this video. If you did, please make sure to drop a like. That really helps out the channel in a big way. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well. We have more content coming, and 2021 is going to be a big year for this channel, guys. I'm super excited, and I hope you guys are going to come along with the journey with me. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.